Say, man, y'all welcome back to another video here on No Sugarcoat Podcast. We back again with my boy True Royal in the building.
Y'all already
Glad
know what
to have
to
him
do.
back. It's hard to get him because he's a truck driver, y'all. It's hard to get him. But over the time where he is on the road, we do so much talking and conversating. And I'm not going to lie to y'all. We bring up some good things. We got some good topics in the making that we got to just put out in video. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. We got Adam22, Will Smith. Y'all already
Come
know
on.
what to do.
And
We
got
got
plenty more.
planning.
Planning,
controlling
one
relationships.
Of my favorite episodes,
Tons
man.
of topics.
Tons of topics and plenty more to come with this man right here.
Oh, they coming.
Before we get into the topic today, Royal, we're going to give all and praise and honor to God.
Why?
Because he is the reason why we're here today.
Already.
Can I get an amen?
That's an amen
Come on.
right there.
Come on now. So today, he brought up a real good topic, y'all. And I guess it's something I haven't thought about because I don't have any. Right?
I don't have any either.
You'll know what I'm talking about when I introduce a topic, but I don't have none. So, of course, I didn't think about something like this. But it goes on in everyday life. And should paternity tests be mandatory? Now, in my opinion, yes. Because I've actually seen some situations or heard of some situations. I can't think of anything personal in my life that a man was, I guess, acting as the father of a child that he didn't know wasn't his for about 4 or 5 years. And I think that cuts deep. And then we see it on TV and we read about it, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's one of the most hurtful things you can go through as a father that actually wanted to be a father and care for that child in that way to find out it's not your blood.
Yeah.
That's hard.
It's very difficult. And
That's hard. What's your opinion on it, bro?
my opinion, hell yeah, it need to be mandatory. Are you kidding me? Any argument running against me, anytime you try to run an argument against it, it just comes off as extremely disingenuous or malicious.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Because there's no way to be genuine about not making sure.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is like, if a woman's gonna say, oh, cause see, a lot of times women will use sign language. They'll use like shaming language. Like, oh well, you don't trust that the child ain't mine. It's like, it's not necessarily
It's
saying that you.
manipulative.
It's not necessarily saying that you cheat. It's just why not? I mean, why not just get the test, regardless of whether you think there was infidelity or not.
Just get the test.
Just get the test.
And if you don't want to get the test, they got to tell you something.
Exactly.
Come
It's
on.
like it tells a man you got something to hide.
Yeah.
And here's one of the things that a lot of people don't think about. Let's say the child gets older, 10, maybe even 15 years old.
Right.
Maybe they might have a health condition that's going on. Right. And let's say the father says, hey, I want to be able to give my son or I want to be able to give my daughter my blood for the surgery. Come to find out the blood is incompatible.
Oh.
Next thing you know, come to find out a paternity test coming in, boom. Now you found out after 15 years of putting in and trying to put in love, resources, care, time.
When you could have been doing that with somebody else. And have your own actual child.
And the thing is, and here's another thing that a lot of people don't really talk about. That child was stolen.
Oh.
That was somebody else's seed.
What if they didn't know?
Imagine somebody stealing something from you, but you didn't know it was stolen.
I think that'll hurt the worst. I don't know. I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, that you're stealing.
God damn.
You're stealing. That's what it is. It's thievery, manipulation, lying.
Why do you think it ain't mandatory? I can't seem to fathom why something like that wouldn't just be common practice.
Well, if I'm being honest with you, there's actually systems in place. Pretty much there's a financial incentive. There is actually a financial incentive for hospitals to have as many fathers on the birth certificate as possible. Yes, absolutely. This is a fact.
What does that do for them?
Well, if you have as many fathers as you can on a birth certificate, then if because people, let's keep it a buck. People break up, and
100%.
people get divorced and stuff like
100%.
that. There's actually instances where you can prove that the child is not biologically yours, but because you're on that birth certificate, you still are liable for child support.
You're obligated to it.
There's actually a person.
Wow.
There's actually a person that went to court. They said, "Hey, I can prove this child ain't mine." They said somebody got to pay for this child, and it's gonna be
It's
you.
gonna be you.
Yeah,
That ain't right.
it ain't right, but it's going on.
But it's going on in everyday life. The world that we live in.
Cause you got to think about it like this. Let's say, cause let's keep it a buck. A lot of females is out here reckless with reckless with they innards. They reckless, you know.
Giving it who
Some of these females, they're having kids. They'll have a kid and they don't know who the daddy is.
Man, you know what? I've seen it, man.
And it's funny because like you can see a female have two dudes do a paternity test, and neither of them be the father.
Could you imagine?
But what's even
Could
crazier
you
about
imagine?
what's even crazier about it is like the window of opportunity for like the ovulation period. So that means that woman would have had to been with X amount of dudes within that ovulation period. That means she was throwing that cat around like it would
And
lose
she
change.
would have to know. She would have to know who she was with in that particular time and play it all back.
And I'm gonna keep it a stack.
Come on, man.
A lot of females are very reckless. A lot of females, like they not vetting dudes like that. Like
Okay.
if I'm keeping it a stack, come on. It's females right now
Okay.
that have slept with dudes, don't even know their first name.
Okay. You not wrong. I think there's women on both sides. So I think it could be somewhat equal because some girls have it so organized. I think it's ridiculous.
I mean,
Some of them have it to the point they have notes about each one, dates and times.
yes, they call diaries.
So, but it's like So I think it just depends on what kind of woman you're dealing with. Because although she might be out here being reckless, some of them are very organized of how they do it. It's odd to me. It's weird.
Yeah, some women do what's called some women do a dual mating strategy. If I'm keeping it a stack with you, some females wanna get the top tier dude, wanna get that man to plant a seed in her, and then they'll get a beta male to come in, marry her, and adapt the child, and you know what I'm saying. That's why a lot of women aren't afraid to be single mothers because they know it's gonna be a little punk.
That's malicious thinking.
Yeah.
That ain't right.
Yeah, but it's you got to think about it like this. Women are hypergamous by nature. So you got to understand, a lot of women, they want a man that's, they want a man that's real tall, know how to lay down that pipe, got a good size pipe, but he also got to have some good money, good income, got to get him maybe owns a house or two, drives a nice car, all these different things.
It's crazy.
And a lot of women, it's like, it's hard to get that all in one package. Strong man on top of that, and then ain't got no kids with nobody else. Some women, the kids may matter, it may not, but let's just keep it a stack. Like, and then they want him to have an outgoing personality. Like women have a list generally of what they want, and it's hard to get that all in one man. So the easiest way to do it is to get one man on one extreme, one man on another extreme, and get the seeds from this man and get the money from this one.
Because you can't follow all in one package.
That is how our world is to some degree designed in this modern dating environment.
See, but I want to touch on what you said because I feel like there's a double standard. And I know how you feel about double standards. Maybe they don't. And you can share your thoughts.
What do you mean as far as a double standard?
You mentioned how these women have all of these requirements, this list.
Absolutely.
It's okay to have those lists for them.
Absolutely.
But we can't have those lists.
Of course not.
Think about it. I can't go around and say, I want a skinny woman by 5'3", blue eyes, light skin, beautiful, luscious hair, probably like, 125. She needs to be smart and have this and that. Her toes got to be pretty nice, beautiful lips.
Expecting a woman to have a weight south of 150 is, I'm just gonna keep it a stack with you. That's like discrimination to them.
Come on. You can't do that, right? We can't say that, but these women can have that for us. Right?
It's females that's about 5'2", requiring a man be higher than 6 feet.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Bitches, you delusional.
And you would think it would be the shorter women would have more leniency. Some of the times they care about it even more. Because in their mind, if they have a child with that 6 foot dude, their son gonna level out in the middle, or their daughter gonna level out in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
I just don't think that's the way to think about it.
A lot of people don't realize a lot of this dating stuff is really biological and superficial.
100%. But we made it that way.
It's always been. It's not that we made it that way. It's always been that way. It's always been that way.
Should be more to it than that, man.
There should be more to it, but it ain't.
You think there ever will be?
I mean, this is what I can say. What I can say is back in the day, there were rules that were set in place to protect ourselves from a lot of the buffoonery that we have going on nowadays.
And you know what? We got outside those rules, didn't we?
We got outside the rule, but we still want to play. We don't want to play the game by the old rules, but we want the old results.
Come on, one more time, bro. Say it again.
We don't want to play the game by the old rules, but we want the old results.
God,
this is what it is.
You know what? And that's a perfect segue. What brought us to that topic today? Because it's something you told me that I didn't even know was going on. Y'all.
Man, this was going on in Tennessee. I can't even remember. Hold on. What was it? It's a bill that got HB 2689.
Look it up. HB 2689.
2689.
Look it up. What did that bill say, Roy?
It's a bill pertaining towards mandatory paternity testing.
This is in Tennessee, right?
Yeah, this is going on in Tennessee.
You're only
right
10,
now.
I see.
Boy, you stupid.
It's odd that, like I said in the beginning, why is every state not doing this?
Why is every state not doing it?
Why is Tennessee the first runner up?
I'm just gonna keep it a stack with you. It's lining up politically.
Of course,
it's going down political lines.
Everything has a reason behind it, don't it?
If I'm keeping it a stack, it's a lot of the red states that are starting to. If you really look at it like this, red states are starting to lean more towards the men, and blue states are starting to lean more towards the women. Like we get into the nitty gritty of it, the political lines have become so binary and so extreme to the point where it's like what party you associate with now kind of makes it seem like you're either gonna pick the men's side or you're gonna pick the women's side. You see what I'm saying? The politics is becoming extremely binary, extremely polar, extremely opposite. You either on one extreme or you're on the other.
Next, yeah. The lesser of two evils.
I mean, it is what it is.
That's the life we living in, right?
Yeah, and it's quite hilarious because if I'm keeping it a stack, I hear women talk about they want their freedoms and stuff like that. But if I'm just keeping it a stack with you, a lot of women are so ingrained in feminist ideology that they're actually fighting against their own best interests, and they don't even understand it.
That's already been proven, but they don't want to hear that.
Of course they don't.
They're being, what's that word? They're contradicting themselves.
Of course.
They don't want to hear that, though. I don't think they even grasp that that's what they're doing. And every woman has such a different definition of what femininity is that they can't be a unit with it. You know what I'm saying?
And see,
they can't be one with it.
What I think is so funny, and here's how I'm gonna segue this back. If I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, if you look at what's going on with the whole mandatory paternity testing, all that would do is make men equal to women. Because here's why. Because both will have the right to know who the child came from. And now let's keep it a stack. Every woman, if you birthing out a child, you know it's yours. Why can't a man have that same right to know?
They don't like that though because they like to have the power.
That's equal.
They don't. But they speak about equal, right? That's the crazy. But they like to pick and choose what equal is to them.
Yeah.
And what equality means, right?
Of course.
That makes perfect sense.
Exactly.
That will make these women slow down and stop and think and be more mindful when they get that CUDA up. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Now, I've heard varying things about this bill. You know,
Okay.
some things I have not been able to confirm. Like the most wildest thing that I have not been able to confirm was the concept of a mother not being able to collect child support from a one night stand. I can't confirm
But could
that.
you imagine?
I'm still looking
It
for
needs to be in the bill because I don't think that's right. You and that man didn't talk about nothing. Y'all didn't discuss anything. You both consented and made a decision, and a mistake happened. Why would he be? I mean, why would he be held accountable for the rest of his life?
Well, I mean, now let's play devil's advocate. Now, a lot of people would say it takes two to tango, so they're both responsible.
100%.
Okay.
But she gave him the door. She gave him the yes. What if she didn't get up when he said get up? What if she picked it up off the ground and put it in her? Slid it up off of her, spit it back out and put it inside of her.
I mean,
You've never seen in TV shows how, I don't know what I was watching, but this famous, I think it was SVU or something, this famous person had sex with this girl and he did it in her mouth and she actually spit it out and put it in like a little container that we put condiments in. And they had somebody come in behind her because they knew what she was trying to do and they threw it away and confiscated it for her because she was trying to get him, hold something over his head, blackmail him.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And that's the danger.
That's the danger, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's on both ends, on both parties. Like how you said just a minute ago, like we had back in the day, there were things in place to stop those kind of things from happening.
Yeah. But we took the safe. It's a free for all now.
Yeah, 100%.
But here's my thing.
That's great though. I like the way you put it, man.
Look at what happened to Drake. The hot sauce. This man put hot sauce in his condom before he disposed of it. You know, and then the woman tried to inseminate herself, and let's just keep it a stack. Let's just say it was a volcano because something started burning. What that church? Hold on, it's a church song. Burning.
Why would you say that church song with that?
It was a church song. I know. Is that burning?
Let it burn.
Oh
Let
no,
it
no,
burn.
not that one.
Yeah,
Nah,
let it
that's
burn.
something different.
No, because I'm not gonna associate the Lord with that. Lord,
I get it. I get it.
damn it, boy. Lord,
That was just the first song that came to my mind.
Lord,
man.
forgive him, Jesus. Oh, God. May I pray for this young man?
Nah, but real talk. Then the woman got the audacity to talk about she gonna try to sue him because it
you
was
did something you weren't
premeditated.
supposed to.
And it's like,
no.
and it's just
you
like,
premeditated to get the game to plot on
nah,
me.
and it's just
Malicious
like,
act
why
against me.
can't he? Why can't he press charges and be like, yo, you tried to steal my biological DNA? You tried to steal my DNA.
Is there
off.
any
I
laws
can't-
against that though?
There are no laws.
Yeah.
There's no laws against it. It's perfectly legal.
Just think about what cops do. We see it on TV. Oh, would you like a cup of coffee? And they get the DNA off the coffee cup. So in that case, it's not really illegal to do, but it's a moral thing that should not be happening though. That's the thing. Because
Our
you had
country's
sex with this man
Our country
with
ain't
only
built
the
on no
intention to get
morals.
over on him. That's crazy.
Our laws are not built on morals.
That's the man.
Our laws are built on laws.
Just don't make no sense, man. We could stop a lot of the things that we're doing if we just slowed down and paid attention and cared.
But that's the problem. Don't see, whenever men have issues, people don't really care. I just watched a video of a dude who was basically crying on the internet because his day had bailed on him. What the internet do? Clown him.
Clown, of course.
And rightfully so, because boy was looking down bad. He said, sitting there eating a meal by myself.
But flip it. Let that happen to a woman. What's gonna happen, bro?
Oh, she gonna get all the sympathy in the world.
All of it.
All the sympathy in the world. What the internet gonna say? Oh, he was a jerk. He didn't know what he had. He didn't know what he gave up.
You don't need him.
You don't need him. You know what I'm saying? But notice, I want you to notice what both scenarios have in common. It's the dude's fault.
Always.
Isn't that crazy?
It's always gonna be a fault. We blame for everything, man.
Yeah.
And it's sad they gotta be that way. It's like these women are conditioned to think that's the only way. They have no fault. They have no responsibility.
Key in no fault divorce. No fault.
That makes sense. That actually makes perfect sense. I never thought about it that way, bro. I didn't even
See, women don't want things to be their fault at all.
Yeah, because they're raised to not think that. They're raised that they are everything. They are the prize. They are the one. They are.
I'd argue the opposite.
But what's the opposite of the? What would they? What would you say they are?
I would say men are the prize.
Oh, men are the prize. Yeah.
I would say men are the prize just simply off of the fact that a woman having a man is not the same as a man having a woman.
Mm.
If a man has a woman, he has a bill.
Okay, but
If
what
a
if
woman has a man, she has income.
she has a bank account? Let's flip it on. Let's think about it a different way, biblically, right? What if we, in this world, these women were raised? Because that was something we talked about in the video. I don't think I posted yet. These women they were actually raised to be wives, and we all know biblically in the scripture, he that finds a wife finds a good thing.
But the implication is you are a wife when you are found.
But that's why if these women were raised to be wives, would they be considered the prize?
Well, yes. But the problem is this society is not raising wives.
100%. Well, because it's a generational curse, though, right?
Yes.
You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
You,
You don't know what you don't know until you realize you don't know
If
it.
a woman was
But you have to
raised-
learn that you don't know it.
you have to accept it.
You have to learn it.
You
You
have
have
the
to
knowledge to
accept
know
it.
that you don't know that.
Exactly.
And you have to want to seek out information so you can be more knowledgeable about the topic.
Absolutely.
But, like I must say, at that point when you realize what you don't know, that tree trunk has too many roots already in the ground to dig up.
Yeah.
it-
A lot of times that don't come to some of these women at about 40.
And at that point, you so deep in the ground.
You dug in. It's too late.
It's too late.
It's too late.
It's what we say about when we see elder people, they're not gonna change their ways.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They've been living that way normally for the
Yeah.
past 20 years, 40
And
years.
9 times out of 10, they thought it was okay.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. Just like everybody and their mama think it's okay that paternity test not being mandatory is okay. They still think that's okay.
It's not okay. It should be mandatory of a child and the woman. The whole everybody included should know who their parents are. They should have an understanding. They should be able to say, "That's my dad and that's my mom."
Let me ask ladies this.
Come on, leave them with something.
Is it okay for you to rob your children of that level of clarity?
Ooh,
Because you're not just robbing because when you commit paternity fraud, you don't just rob another man. You rob at least 2 men, and then you rob your children. You rob your child.
I don't think. See, if they thought about the child and not themselves and the man, maybe the decision would be different. Maybe. That's a good question. Hey, answer that question in the comments. Literally, anybody that's seeing this, answer that question in the comments. I'm gonna have to make that a snippet too. I want to get people's feedback on that.
Most definitely.
I don't think they think about the children. I don't think it happens because they're not here yet. They're not there yet.
Exactly.
You can't physically see.
They're thinking about what they want
100%.
out of who they want it from.
Yep.
They're thinking about what they can get and how they can benefit.
Selfishness.
And they're putting
And you bearing a child and being selfish, crazy.
yeah, and then it's just whether it be your son, because here's the thing, especially when it's a son, it's bad because what females don't realize is every man is somebody's son. Every man is somebody's son. Would you want a woman to lie to your son?
Oh, look, this was a thought-provoking episode. One of the more serious episodes about
Very
something that's
serious.
happening in this day and age right now, something that's concrete, that's going on, that a lot of people might not know about. So this is just to spread awareness. Spread knowledge to you guys, because that's what this platform is for. Anything and everything, right? To share different perspective, to share what's going on in the world. No Sugar Coat Podcast, 100%, baby. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all tap in with your boy. Y'all follow Royal. Y'all subscribe to the page. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Tell us what y'all think. Leave a comment if you don't like what he said, if you don't like what I said, or our viewpoints. Leave a comment and give us your viewpoints. And maybe we can talk about it in the next video, because I got plenty of things coming. Every comment will be answered eventually, and we will bounce ideas off each other, because I love to hear the different people around the world's their perspective on what we're talking about.
Most
Bro, that was a
definitely.
good topic, man. I appreciate you bringing it on the show today. That was
Absolutely.
good. This man texts me really good things, and he makes me think, and he makes me become a better thinker and a better researcher, and to reach out and really dig in my mind and see what I feel like when it comes to these topics.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you, man. I thank you for coming. It was great. It was good to have you, man. It felt good to have you back in the seat, man. Look, y'all tap in with your boy. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all go get the merch. Link gonna always be in the description of every single video. Y'all tap that website. Tell me what you think about it. Buy something, support the page. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying?
And I gotta leave y'all with something. Before we go, subscribe, because that's mandatory.
Ooh.
Cut it.